During my senior seminar class, we had a group of students that were in the graduate program come and talk to us about the graduate program and how you all offer a teaching assistantship in some circumstances when you apply to the program as a student. And that motivated me because I thought it would be really cool to be a teaching assistant while attending school.
I've always been a really good writer and really interested in public service. It was always a way for me to find ways to help my community, but to be able to do that through writing.
Well, it was always an interest of mine. I was very interested in studying journalism immediately. All 4 years I did mostly photography and some writing for the Daily Lobo.
I looked at a couple of programs, and C&J had interesting classes and an interesting course curriculum, so that's what drew me into the department as a whole.
To study print journalism in the C&J department because I knew I loved writing, and I thought this might be a way for me to make a career out of it.
After graduating high school in Albuquerque, I was weighing my options, and I had applied to schools at Northwestern and Missouri. And ultimately decided to stay home and attend UNM. I knew before coming into college that I wanted to be a journalist, and I was convinced that I can do the kind of journalism and study the kind of work that I wanted by staying in Albuquerque. And that turned out to be the case.
I enrolled in the Communication and Journalism department because I really wanted to be a voice for communities of color, particularly for Black women. I noticed that there was a void in the types of representation that was seen in the media and the types of stories that were being told from our perspective.
My minor as an undergrad was in communications. That's what I enjoyed most about undergrad was those classes. And UNM's communications program already had made a name for itself. And I've always been interested in journalism, but I was interested enough in how do we tell stories. Yeah, so I feel like it was a natural fit, even though I wasn't quite sure what I was coming to.
I would recommend anything that furthers your skill set. You would understand how to apply that knowledge.
We have wonderful faculty members such as Jaylinda Maria, Judith White, and Michael Lechuga, who I got to work with closely with my research, who are here to help you and just make you grow and step outside of your comfort zone. In choosing a department, I think that the Communication and Journalism department here at UNM is wonderful for that reason.
I would without a doubt recommend the Communication and Journalism department. Work ethic is really, really, really what it comes down to, and this department really instills that.
I really believe in the importance of local daily journalism.
Within my first semester, I was taking an intro class that was led by the owner of an advertising agency. So there was already this kind of industry knowledge. It was more than just a textbook. They had a lot of opportunities for different types of creative work, of business work, internships, all of that. So there was a lot to really get my hands on.
I would recommend the journalism and communication program to others because through my education as a journalist, I have greater media literacy and also the knowledge to write for a variety of communications careers so that I can always have choices in my work.
I always found that the people at the university and the C&J department are among the friendliest you're going to find in the country. The way my career path has unfolded was something I couldn't even imagine back then.
The faculty in the department have such a wide range of expertise, and they really care about what they do, and they really care about the success of their students.
It's only going to become more and more important to be media literate, to be media savvy. It is a program that's applicable no matter what you're doing in other fields.
The projects and doing work for real brands, the Capstone project where we had a real local client and developed a campaign for them, that was a fantastic experience.
I really particularly enjoyed my journalism classes with Dr. Ilia Rodriguez because she always encouraged us to follow our own interests. There was a feeling that we could bring our own knowledge and experiences into the class.
Some of my favorite memories of my time in the C&J department include working for the Daily Lobo and publishing my first story there, and I remember the joy and the thrill of that, seeing my name in the byline.
This is the mightiest yet small department on campus, right? I feel like that kind of is the best of both worlds. It's a big school with a small college feel here in C&J. You're allowed to have this cool repartee and exchange of ideas with your classmates, and that's really where the real learning happens. And I was always struck by the scholarship of the professors and their approachability. They're experts in their field, yet they still want to know what you think.